Hi, YouTube. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Again, today is day 40, I guess. We're still on this challenge. I'm super duper happy that we're actually, growing and I'm super duper committed to it. So I'm really, really excited. Um, yeah, as usual, as you get used to this, every day I have like something to talk about. I'm like someone that always has something to talk about. Um, I'm just taking my vitamins during this. Um, it's so helpful to, I cannot take them all at once, so I'm just gonna, it's good to make sure that you're taking your vitamins, um, because especially to balance your hormones and to make sure that you're at least giving the body what it needs to get. Good. We took the vitamins. Um, I'm here for you guys to share some ideas and share some stuff from time to time that I feel like you guys may want to hear it, or at least the old me would want to hear it, right? Usually like we associate physical health with like, oh, go to the doctor, check on yourself, and you check on the person that is really physically sick, but we don't check on people that are like mentally sick, right? Because we don't know. Now we don't know as we're ignorant, but we don't know how to actually be there for people. And we don't know how to hold space. And from time to time, it's good to have like this openness or this kind of like conversations with people where you actually tell them like, hey, I'm there for you, but I don't know what is the best way to be there for you. Would you please tell me like what would make sense? And don't take it as if, like I'm putting a weight on you, but pretty much I want to know how is it helpful for you to use my presence, right? I started doing that actually, and it turns out like it's a good thing. Like some people be really, really telling you, like, I just need you to hold space for me. I just need you to kind of like just listen. I don't need you to help me in any other way. Other people might tell you, like, hey, it would be helpful if you just, remind me of this or remind me of that every time I lose track, which is something I do in person. Like, I have a friend of mine where I just tell her like, hey, when I'm going through this, make sure to ask me these three questions. And if the answer is gonna be not, you know, to the point that I want to be, please just, take a moment and you have all the authority to kind of like just let me know. It's a good thing to kind of like just hold me or to have someone holding you accountable. Um, so yeah, that's one of the things that I was like, I wanted to share with you guys because I went through that. And obviously now, like, I do have, people that actually can check up on me. And we kind of like, I just know that they're open to hearing feedback as well. And I'm open to hear feedback as well. So it's not that I'm just someone that is just dropping ideas, dropping feedback, but pretty much I'm there for them the same way they're there for me. And it took me a lot. It took me cutting people that don't match what I'm about. Um, it took me also even friendships that were like quite good for me, but we grow apart, like you kind of like see a person doing something else and they're like about their life. It doesn't mean like, hey, I'm cutting you off negatively, but pretty much like you have a lot of things in your life to deal with, and I have a lot of things to deal with. So we don't really cope with each other. So yeah. Um, that's the side of it. And then the other thing was like once you start, implementing that as usual, it's gonna be lonely. It's really gonna be lonely, and you will need to kind of like learn how to have fun by yourself while maintaining these type of friendships because you don't get to meet people every day probably. Like for me and my friend, it take like I'm gonna say it. It's gonna take years for us to meet up. Like, but we do catch ups and stuff, and it works for me. It works for me. Doesn't mean like, hey, you call everyone or do this or do that. No. What I just wanted you to be aware of is like the same way you're taking your physical health under consideration, please take also your mental health. Please try to kind of like observe what is going on. Because even when you're taking bad decisions, start noticing your skin is gonna turn into a basket. Right, you know? So it's like you start having this, that, and the other. Once you're tired or something, you'll be like, okay, it's okay, I will have like this thing done, and then I'll be just, feeling better after all. And then your skin is start telling you a lot of things. It's like my skin here as an example, on the spot. I was really pushing myself the past couple of weeks, like pushing myself over the limits, literally over the limits, where I was recording a podcast, making sure that I have like things going well on other sides, making sure that I'm available to film at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes, at least 1 minute to be present here on YouTube. And overall, it's like it was too much for me to kind of like just cope with everything going in my life. So I was not ignoring that. I was aware of that, and I was aware that it's gonna affect my skin. So there you go. So um it's like it's an example on the spot. Like sometimes we be ignoring stuff, but then like you start noticing things here and there that are really kind of like trying to tell you what is going on with you. So the same thing, like it doesn't matter anymore um if you have people kind of like hyping you up or not, but it matters when you have the real ones, like, the 3 a.m. calls, people that you would go to once, your world is crashing. We go through this. We all go through this. It's not when you go through these things, focus on one thing. You're not alone. You are not alone. It's your brain is trying to give you an experience where it makes you feel like, oh, you're the only one that is suffering. You're the only one that is going through this, through that. No, it's a lie. It's a truly lie. It's a lie. Like it's a lie. And yeah, so that's probably today's topic is pretty much about how your brain is lying to you and how you can actually make sure that you're going to check up on yourself mentally the same way you check up on yourself physically. I'm just chilling. I know you guys probably are waiting for a filmed up video, but today I wasn't even feeling like filming today, to be honest with you. It was like really, really difficult for me to film today, but I managed to be here. That's one of the things that I'm pushing for. And I love doing this because at least I get to vent to people and I get to have fun with you guys. I don't know what kind of content you would want to hear from me, but from my end, it's like, again, I'm just putting content where I feel like it would make sense to you guys, have you, listening to it or watching it, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode. I got used to saying this, by the way, because I film a lot of podcasts, and at the end of each episode, I'll be like, that's it about today's episode. See you guys on the next one. So I'm getting the same thing, but this is not an episode. This is literally not an episode. It's okay. You get to cope with me the way that you gotta cope with me. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I am about to do some work, and now that I got my vitamins, I got everything, I'm ready to tackle this day. Like sometimes you don't have to give 100% every day, but make sure that you show up every day. I don't have to film a video through, good camera and stuff every day, but the point is like showing up every day, because I'm committing to myself on this journey to kind of like just put things together. And everything in this earth is possible. The fact that a human being already, like we're really, really smart as human beings. We're really, really smart. And if we know how to protect our brains and use them the right way and have less distractions, we are so powerful. Like I was really, really at the era of like the AI starting this, that, and the other. I noticed like a lot of people were worried about, themselves themselves being replaced by an AI, right? Which is something that it's okay. I totally understand from a security perspective, people that are like doing things. But I was never worried about it from my end. Like even though like what I do is something that yeah, an AI can do, but it's not me. It's not me. You're not gonna get the experience as if you're gonna deal with me. So whatever is there, whatever is out there that is whatever you're feeling like, okay, this is something that might replace me, have the confidence to or be confident, like be confident in terms of like what you're putting out there. Because if you're putting your 100%, sure, whatever AI can put the 100%, I'm gonna invest into it. I'm gonna have it doing my work, you know? But at the same time, like it is really beautiful to notice yourself like being confident and knowing what you're putting into something and knowing like you have it in you. So even if this AI is gonna work for whatever, at the end you still have it in you, right? And an AI is something that human beings, created. So you can do more. You could definitely do more. All right, so I'm getting myself going right now and see you guys on tomorrow's video, right? Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and bye bye.